Have you ever felt like you're being subtly controlled or influenced in ways you can't quite pinpoint? Emotional manipulation can be subtle yet pervasive, impacting our lives and relationships. As the Greek philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In this video, we'll explore 13 powerful strategies to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. These tactics will empower you to regain control, ensuring that you're the master of your emotions and decisions. If you're ready to become more self-aware and protect yourself from unseen emotional influences, consider subscribing to our channel for more insightful content. Without further ado, let's start. Strategy number 2 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Set firm boundaries. Setting clear and firm boundaries is essential in maintaining your emotional integrity. Boundaries define what you are comfortable with and how you expect to be treated by others. When you have strong boundaries, it becomes more difficult for manipulators to cross them and take advantage of you. Begin by identifying your limits in various aspects of your life. What behaviors will you not tolerate? What are your needs in terms of personal space and time? Once you know your boundaries, communicate them clearly to others. Remember, it's not just about stating your boundaries, but also about enforcing them. If someone repeatedly tries to overstep, be prepared to take action, whether it's having a serious conversation, limiting contact, or seeking support. It's important to recognize that maintaining boundaries is not selfish. It's a form of self-respect. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, "It's not what you endure that matters, but how you endure it." Enduring with dignity means respecting yourself enough to protect your emotional well-being. Strategy number 3, to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Develop self-awareness. Self-awareness is a powerful tool in recognizing and countering emotional manipulation. It involves understanding your emotions, triggers, and vulnerabilities. When you know yourself well, you can identify when and why certain behaviors or words affect you. Start by reflecting on your emotional responses. What situations make you feel strong and confident, and which ones make you feel weak or unsure? Understanding these patterns can help you prepare and protect yourself against manipulation. It's also helpful to explore why you react the way you do. Are there past experiences or insecurities that make you more susceptible to certain types of manipulation? Developing self-awareness is a continuous journey. It requires honesty, introspection, and sometimes the courage to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself. Remember, the more you understand yourself, the less power others have over your emotions and actions. Strategy number 4, to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Cultivate self-confidence. A strong sense of self-confidence is a critical shield against emotional manipulation. When you believe in yourself and your worth, you become less dependent on others' approval or validation. This independence makes it harder for manipulators to influence you through tactics like flattery or criticism. To build your self-confidence, start by focusing on your strengths and accomplishments. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Engage in activities that make you feel competent and empowered. Surround yourself with positive influences and avoid people who undermine your self-esteem. Remember, self-confidence doesn't mean you won't have moments of doubt or insecurity. It means having a foundational belief in your abilities and worth that remains steady even when challenged. As you grow in confidence, you'll find it easier to make decisions based on your own values and judgment rather than being swayed by others. Strategy number 5, to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Practice. Assertiveness. Assertiveness is the ability to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs directly and respectfully. It's a key skill in preventing manipulation, as it helps you communicate clearly and stand up for yourself without being aggressive or passive. To practice assertiveness, start by identifying situations where you feel your voice isn't being heard or your needs aren't being met. Work on expressing yourself clearly in these situations. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs, such as I feel or I need, instead of making accusatory statements. Remember, being assertive also means being open to others' perspectives and finding compromise where possible. The goal is not to win every argument, but to express yourself honestly and respectfully while considering others' views. Strategy number 6 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Seek supportive relationships. The people you surround yourself with have a significant impact on your emotional health. By fostering relationships with those who respect and support you, you create a positive environment that is less conducive to manipulation. Look for friends and loved ones who encourage your growth, respect your boundaries, and value your opinions. These relationships should make you feel empowered and valued. Conversely, be wary of relationships where you feel consistently drained, criticized, or controlled. Supportive relationships act as a buffer against manipulation, providing a sounding board for your thoughts and feelings. They also offer perspective and advice when you're facing challenging situations. Remember, a strong support network is not only about having people to lean on, it's about mutual respect and growth. Strategy number 7 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Improve communication skills. Effective communication is crucial in preventing emotional manipulation. By clearly expressing your thoughts and feelings, you reduce the risk of misunderstandings and the opportunity for manipulative tactics. Focus on developing both your speaking and listening skills. Active listening, where you fully concentrate, understand, and respond thoughtfully, can be particularly effective in thwarting manipulation attempts. Practicing empathy in communication is also key. Try to understand where others are coming from, even if you disagree. This understanding doesn't mean you acquiesce to manipulation. Instead, it allows you to respond more effectively and assertively. Strategy number 8 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Educate yourself on manipulation tactics. Knowledge is a powerful tool. By educating yourself about different forms of emotional manipulation, you can recognize them when they occur. Read books, watch videos, or even attend workshops on psychology and communication. Learn about common tactics like gaslighting, guilt-tripping, and passive-aggressive behavior. Understanding why people use these tactics can also be helpful. Often, manipulators are dealing with their own insecurities and issues. Recognizing this can help you respond with a balanced perspective, protecting yourself while maintaining compassion. Strategy number 9 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Trust your intuition. Your intuition or gut feeling is a powerful ally in recognizing manipulation. If something feels off in an interaction, don't ignore it. Trusting your intuition doesn't mean jumping to conclusions. It means giving yourself permission to question and assess situations more closely. Developing intuition involves paying attention to both your emotional and physical responses in various situations. With time and attention, you'll become more attuned to these signals, enabling you to react more quickly to potentially manipulative situations. Strategy number 10 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Maintain emotional distance. When you suspect you're being emotionally manipulated, it's crucial to maintain a certain level of emotional detachment. This doesn't mean you should be cold or uncaring, but rather that you should avoid getting too emotionally involved in potentially manipulative situations. This distance allows you to think more clearly and make decisions based on logic rather than emotion. One way to maintain emotional distance is to give yourself time before responding to requests or accusations. This can be as simple as saying, "I need some time to think about this." Taking a step back helps you assess the situation objectively and decide the best course of action. Strategy number 11 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Focus on solution-oriented responses. Focusing on solutions rather than emotional reactions can significantly reduce the impact of manipulation. When faced with a manipulative situation, ask yourself, what is the best outcome I can achieve here? By concentrating on solutions, you take control of the situation and steer it in a positive direction. This approach requires you to be proactive rather than reactive. It involves identifying what you can do to resolve the situation or improve it, rather than getting caught up in the emotional drama that manipulation often brings. Strategy number 12 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Having healthy coping mechanisms is essential in dealing with emotional manipulation. These mechanisms can include activities like exercise, meditation, journaling, or engaging in hobbies. They provide a way to process your emotions constructively and reduce stress. It's also beneficial to have a support network you can turn to when you're feeling manipulated. Talking to friends, family, or a therapist can provide you with perspective and validation, helping you to deal with manipulative behavior more effectively. Strategy number 13 to build your immunity against emotional manipulation. Remember your worth. Always remind yourself of your value and worth. Knowing your worth is your ultimate defense against emotional manipulation. When you value yourself, you're less likely to accept poor treatment from others or to be swayed by manipulative tactics. Take time regularly to reflect on your positive qualities and achievements. Engage in self-care practices that reinforce your sense of self-worth. When you have a strong sense of self, you're more resilient against attempts to manipulate or undermine your confidence. As we wrap up our exploration of the 13 strategies to build immunity against emotional manipulation, let's remember the profound words of Maya Angelou. "I did then what I knew how to do. Now that I know better, I do better." This journey is about empowering yourself with knowledge and skills to not only recognize manipulation, but to rise above it, embracing a life of authenticity and emotional freedom. These strategies are more than just defenses. They are stepping stones to a stronger, more self-assured you, a you that can navigate the complexities of relationships with wisdom, courage, and a deep sense of self-worth. Each step you take on this path fortifies your emotional resilience, enabling you to face challenges with clarity and confidence. Remember, building immunity against emotional manipulation is not just about protecting yourself, it's about growing into your best self, a self that thrives in truth, strength, and genuine connections. You have the power to shape your emotional landscape, to create a life that resonates with your deepest values and aspirations. If this journey resonates with you and you're eager for more insights into personal growth and emotional intelligence, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your engagement helps us continue to bring empowering content that makes a real difference. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. As you move forward, carry these strategies with you, not just as shields against manipulation, but as beacons of light guiding you towards a more empowered and authentic life.